You're welcome to our channel, Biz Data Consult, BDC. Biz Data Consult is a platform where we seek to help business owners and managers, professionals, and other data users to leverage their data in making informed, data-driven business decisions through data transformation, actionable analysis, and visual storytelling. We specialize in Excel, business intelligence applications, Microsoft Office solutions, and AI tools. To help our audience achieve superior productivity in their businesses, workplace, choosing careers, and personal life. On this channel, we have started a series of videos where we seek to, we assume that you are an Excel user for the first time and you are a professional in your field. Maybe you're a HR personnel or an accountant or any other personnel, and you are just resuming in your workplace as a newly employed professional. We assume that you don't have a prior knowledge of Excel. So the series of videos we have done is that we want to take you to take you through Excel to the extent that after you have completed all the videos, you'll be able to use Excel on your own and be able to deliver reports and use Excel independently to make decisions and reports for yourself and for your boss. So that's what we have done. We have looked at introduction to Excel, Excel interface. We have looked at data entry in Excel, formatting in Excel, cell referencing in Excel, Excel functions and formulas. We have looked at Excel range, tables, sortings, and filterings. We have looked at Excel charts. We have looked at Excel formatting. We have also looked at Excel conditional formatting, and we also look at shortcuts all through those videos, the shortcuts that are relevant for a beginner that make us to be able to work well. Okay, so the last video that we posted was a continuation of the videos we have done before. So in the videos we have done before, we have looked at formatting in Excel. Now, after that, the series of the video for the beginner, we now try to look at conditional formatting in details. So the last video we posted was on conditional formatting. So in today's video, we are going to be looking at the second side of formatting, which is custom formatting. We recall that for this conditional formatting is where you format data in Excel based on pre-written formulas and templates. This, what you are seeing here, what I'm putting, these are pre-written templates and formulas that you use to write conditional formatting. If you have not watched this, you can go to my last video and check my channel and you will see that. So these are presets, that is, they are pre-written by Excel itself. All you need to do is just click and apply. But when we are talking of custom formatting, the word custom only means that you are the one deciding, you are the one writing the formula in a way that you want it to be. So you are tailoring it to your own use. That's custom. So custom formatting is that you want to format data, whether number, whether date, whether text. You want to format it and give it your own your own precision as to how you want it to look. Remember that formatting simply means making data look in a certain way other than what the data actually is. For instance, if you look at here, this data is showing as minus 1,246.738 black. But when you see what is here, it's showing the same number, but red. So the formatting has been applied to make it look like red. So formatting is like the cloak or the cloth we wear around a data to make it look the way you want it to look. So let's dive into custom formatting. In this custom formatting, we'll be looking at the characters that we use, the special characters that we use in writing custom formatting. We'll be looking at the rules of precedence in writing custom formatting. That is the rules of what happens if we write positive number, negative number, zero, and text values. So when we finish looking at that, we look at special examples, applications of custom formattings, like we are formatting a number with uh, with the text, we are formatting leading zeros, we are hiding cells, comma separator, thousand separators, and all of that. Then we also look at color, applying color in custom formatting. We look at applying logical conditions in form of color from custom formatting. We look at applying symbols and emojis in custom formatting, and we look at custom formatting of dates, and we'll end it for this class. So get ready and let's go. Now, for you to access custom formatting, you, for you to format any cell through custom formatting, the shortcut of the dialog box or the format dialog box is Control 1. If you press Control 1, you have the format cells dialog box. Can you see? So from there, you can format numbers, you can align things, you can do with font, border, fill, and protection. So essentially, all that are here, everything that you see here from this group, font size, alignment, number, you can see number, alignment, font to border. All everything that you see here, they are they are a window or a door to actually the details which are actually in this format cells. So anything you are able to do here, you are able to do here and more here. This is actually the like the powerhouse where these things are fully seated. So if you want to access conditional formatting, we go to numbers and we go to you will see you have general different forms of formatting, number, currency, accounting, date, time, which are the things that when you come here, you will access them. You see, when you come here, you can see. Now, if you come here, you see more number format. Okay, this number format will also take us to the same dialog box. If I put it down now, can you see? I come back to the same dialog box and then I come to custom. So these ones are the pre-written ones. So the one that is custom is now this. So this is your dialog box for custom formatting. And when you see this for the first time, you may be turned off or you don't know what you are looking at. You ask yourself, what are these gibberish? What does all these things means? How do you write all these things? Okay, so we'll take you into what these characters means and how we use them to write uh, data and format data in Excel and see special cases where those things are useful. So in that custom format dialog box, you will see certain characters. Some of them, the most important ones, are listed here. So we have what we call placeholders. We have three forms of placeholders. You have text placeholder, which is the @ sign. We have number placeholder. Number placeholders, we have two number placeholder, what we call the fixed or false digit placeholder and the variable uh, placeholder, which is by the symbol ampersand. Okay. and this is by symbol 0. So what does a placeholder do? A placeholder is simply saying that if I write a number in a cell, okay, how is it going to represent that number? For a fixed placeholder, it means that if there is no number, if there are no number in the cell, it will place 0 to represent empty numbers. So it displays 0 if no number is present. This is what is useful when you are looking at leading zeros, for instance. Okay, whereas variable or optional digit placeholders, if you write a number inside the cell and a section of the number is not written, it will hide that, it will not show it. So it hides trailing zeros. If trailing zeros are there, it will not show them. Okay, so what do we mean by this? For instance, you remember most often than not, when people want to write a number that starts with zeros, they write, if I write 0001234 and say enter, you see that it cut off the leading zeros, right? Cuts off the leading zero. Why is it cutting off the leading zero? Supposing this I am representing 6-digit numbers. Okay, I say 00123 4, just 6-digit number, but it's showing me only 4-digit number. It has cut off the 2 leading zeros. So this is acting as a variable placeholders, meaning that where we have zeros, okay, that are not decimal zeros, it will, as leading zeros, it will not write them, it will not show them, so it hides it. But if it is fixed placeholder, it will show it. What we see people do is that when they want to write something like this, they'll put apostrophe. Remember that this is a number. A number will be aligned to the left, right? And you can use it to do calculations. Now, what you see people do is that they will put apostrophe, okay, and put 00 to represent the number. The number is represented, but when you look at this now, XZ does not, it brings an error message. It doesn't recognize it, whether it's a number or anything else. Okay, so when you look at the formatting here, it's saying it's general. It's not seeing it as a number. You can't use this thing to make any calculation. Let me say this is equal to this times 2, for instance. You see that it's giving me the answer here because I'm using Microsoft 365, which is newest version of Microsoft. If we go to other Excel versions, it will not recognize this calculation because it's not recognizing this as a number. And you see that the formatting here is aligned to the left, which is actually which is naturally text. Okay, so that's what we mean by leading zero. I mean a fixed placeholder and variable placeholder. So if I want these zeros to be captured, okay, what will I do? What I will do? I'll format this cell, say control 1. I'll go to custom, and if I place this, okay, this is 0, right? Let's say I want 6 digits. I want that cell to take only 6-digit numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I say okay. You can see for now, when you look at this, there's nothing there. If I type 0001234, what do I have? You can see it gives the leading 0 without me having to do apostrophe. But when you see in the formula bar, what I see here is 1234. So I have just made 00 to appear as if it's part of the number, right? So this is what we call leading zeros. Unlike if I type the same thing here and I say 1, 2, 3, 4, it will just cut off the leading zeros. So that is how fixed placeholder behaves. Variable placeholder will not show leading zeros. Okay, and this, that is the sign, shows text, the way text is written. Anywhere you want to write text, the instruction, when you see this symbol, is showing that this place where text, this is where to place text. This is how text should appear. Shows text the way it is written. Dot shows period. That is for you to display decimal position, which we already know. Square bracket, we use square bracket for two things. We can use it to do color, and we can do it to logical tests. So they can be used to place a color, okay, as a color placeholder and as logical test placeholder. Comma separator. The comma separator removes 1,000, that is 3 zeros, from a number. Okay. Now, when you use double quotes, anything inside the double quotes will be shown. It displays the text between double quote marks. So if you want to display text, for instance, you want to display text along a number, you put the text in double quotes. Whatever would put in double quote will be displayed exactly the way you put it there. So asterisk, I want you to note this very well. Asterisk, what does the asterisk do? Asterisk repeats space or character. It will display a single space as many times as is required to fill the width of a cell. What we mean is that if I place asterisk here, okay, and the next thing I place is a space in conditional in custom formatting, the space will be repeated until another character appears. It will repeat that same space until it encounters a new character. If it is, for instance, if I place asterisk here, if I place dot here, this dot will be repeated automatically by itself until it fills up the space of this cell, or it encounters another character within this cell. We are going to see that when we are writing some custom formatting. So that's for asterisk. We have forward slash. Forward slash will help us, will force the next character to display exactly as it's written. So if you want to add an alphabet to a number and we want the alphabet to show and the number to still behave like a number, we can use forward slash. So if we place forward slash by the front of the number, whatever letter we write there will show just as it is written. Okay. Backward slash would have used to represent number as fractions. You know, in normal day, when you want to write fractions, you write fractions like, look at this. This is 23 over 67, right? But actually what is there is a decimal. But because we want to make people see it as a fraction, it's like this. Let's see what this is. This is control 1. Okay, you can see it's a fraction. What is it? Up to 2 digits, 21 to 25. So it's saying that if you want to represent fractions, that numerator is up to 2 digits, or the denominator is up to 2 digits, you can represent it with a backward slash. Now let's see the formatting that is actually applying. You can see this is the formatting that is applying. We are applying, this is the numerator, and this is the denominator, and you have the backward slash. So it gives us this. Look at what is showing here. This is the fraction. Okay, if I want 3 fraction, if I want a fraction that can have 3 decimal places, I will put another comma, or question mark here, making it 3. I'll put another one here, question mark here, making it 3. Then it will be able to show us fraction with 3 decimal places. If it's just fraction with 2 decimal places, for instance, let me decide to write this. Okay, you can see it gives me 1/3 because this is just 2 decimal places. So that is what that does. And then we have underscore. Underscore, add space. If you want to add space to align characters within a cell, you use underscore. So it displays a single character, that is a blank space, according to the width of the next character. So what do we mean by that? Let's look at this formatting. This is minus something, minus 22,355. Let's look at the formatting I wrote there, custom formatting. What I've done here, let me explain to you, because I was the one that wrote this, is that you are writing what positive number would be, and then you put underscore. Okay, what negative number would be, okay, and then you put underscore. This underscore represents space, and that is why when you see this, you can see that there is a space before this line, and 0. Can you see? You can see that space in between that place. You see that space. Unlike when you write something here, there is no space. Can you see? The space is very small, no space. But here there is clearly a space. And when you look at this, you can see that's 22,355. The 22 comes forward more. Here there is much space. It push it forward. Okay, so that is, you use, he said it is commonly used parentheses, that is brackets, to add left or right indentation. So we want to indent or align something left or right, maybe so that decimal points the digits can align with decimal points. We use underscore. And percentage as well. We use the percentage sign to represent percentage number. So I may come back to this. Let's see what this is. For instance, say control 1 percentage. You can see custom 0.00 percentage. So you can see the percentage is 25%. If I write 30 here, it will just automatically, I'm writing only 30, it automatically puts the percentage there because I've formatted it to show percentage. Now let's go to the golden rule, the master template. Custom formatting, how does it work? I've told you the elements that we use to write custom formatting. Now, how do we really write custom formatting? How does it work? We have normally 4 types of characters in Excel that we want to write. You are writing positive number. You see that the character is positive number, a negative number, a 0, or a text. Okay, except in the cases of symbol. We are not treating symbols here. So when you want to format a cell, you are going to instruct the cell in custom formatting. How do I want anything positive to be formatted to look like? Anything negative, if I put anything negative in this cell that I'm formatting, how do I want it to look? If I put 0 in this cell that I'm formatting, how do I want it to appear? If I put text in this cell that I'm formatting, how do I want it to appear? So 4 things, you will give instructions as to how negative, positive, negative, 0, and text will apply or will appear in a formatted cell or group of cells. Okay, that is what the Excel Matter custom formatting template is all about. Now, let's come down here. If there's a rule of precedence or the way number formatting behaves, okay, most time you don't need to write all the conditions for positive, negative, minor by 0, and the text. Okay, depending on what you want to do, you may just have written for 1 or 2 or 3 of it. Now, If I write a custom formatting to show that for only positive number, and in that place where I formatted a cell for positive number, I wrote there negative. I had to at one point in time write negative number or zero or text. Remember, I only format that cell for positive number. Okay, if I did not format it for other numbers and I put other forms of character there, maybe negative, zero, or positive, it will be formatted. The character I put there will be formatted the way positive number that I wrote the formatting syntax is. It will be formatted the same way. So if I only format a cell for positive number, negative number, zero, and text will be formatted the same way as the positive number is formatted. That is simply what we are saying. If I format, now you need to understand something, sorry, before I go further into that. You need to understand what you are saying. If you have this ampersand, that is what you call hash, hash, comma, hash, 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 comma, hash, zero represents digit number, but variable number. That is number that can be written in variable. It is variable placeholder. Okay. If I put points, remember point means decimal. If I put 0.00, I say any number you are writing in this cell, always show it to two decimal places. And if it add leading zero, don't show it, hide it. That's why I'm using ampersand. If I've used 0 point, if I just use 0 point, it will have achieved the same thing. The only thing is that it will still format to two decimal place. The only thing will be that if there is leading zero, it will cut it off. It will show it. Okay, so that's the only difference. So you need to understand these things that you are saying. Okay, so the second thing is that if you format a cell and you give it instruction to format both negative and positive, and you left out the zero and the text to be formatted, it will format positive as positive, format negative and negative, and the text and zero that you did not instruct it to format, it will default back to the formatting that you applied to positive. So zero will be formatted as positive is formatted, and text will also be formatted the way positive is formatted. That is what it's saying. So if you format for positive, negative, and zero, and you leave out text, it will format positive for positive, negative for negative, zero for zero. That text will be formatted the way positive number is formatted. And if you format all the four, it will show each one as you have instructed it. So that is what this rule of precedence in number behavior is saying. Now, maybe you may be seeing this, you don't understand it. What he's saying is that first number, positive, format it like this with variable placeholder. Okay. Now, each class of number or character is separated by semicolon. You can see this semicolon. So semicolon, we say, okay, we separate positive number. The next one is negative number. You can see semicolon. The next one is what? Is what? Is zero. Zero. How is we formatting zero here? Just saying that you remember double quotation? Double quotation means that anything you put inside within that double quotation will be returned back the same way. Okay. So I am formatting zero with what? With dash. That's what it's saying. And then I'm formatting text. I did not specify text here. If it is this one, I specify text. So that is what you are saying. We use the semicolon to separate the class of what you are formatting: positive, negative, 0, and text. So that is what you have here. So this is saying, this is format my positive like this, format my negative like this, format my 0 with just, in this case now, format my 0, I should have placed with a space, and let's say, okay, the space and dash, you see, and format my text, okay, with that. So that is what that is saying. Now let's look at practical examples of what we are saying. Let's look at examples of what we are saying. So supposing I want to format a number, okay, this will format a number, a positive number, like we have said, right? And that positive number, after you format it, place the word unit behind it. So what do I want to place behind the unit? I said that unit, put it in double quote. So after this format, you put whatever you are doing in unit, or maybe whatever we want to call it. Let's see, I've pre-formatted this, but I'll show you what was done before it was formatted and after it was formatted. This is control 1. You see, this is what is formatted. From the first instance, I said format positive number. If I do this, I want you to see what I'm doing very well. If I did this, I will have had only saying format, okay, positive number, no decimal place. Can you see? There's no problem decimal place. So after you have formatted the positive number, whatever that number is, tell us that it is I. Okay, so I put I in double quotation. Now let me place by the decimal point. So if I call this one, instead of this I, if I put kilogram there, kg, kilogram, can you see? Can you see what you have here? Kg. Depending on how you put the space, if you put the space, you can see there is a space in between here. If I remove the space, you can see it comes eh, closer to the number, but it will be better for us to separate it a bit so that if I want it far away, you can see. So just understand what you are doing. So I think it's okay like this. And I say, okay, you can see now it's writing as what? 50. I'm writing 10.55 kg. Whereas what I wrote there is just 10.55. Okay. If I write 146, what does it for 146? It formats to 1,456. Remember to two decimal places and then the unit, kilogram. This number you are seeing is just 1456. But for me to help my user know the unit I'm using, I have placed that unit, I built it into the custom formatting, and it's showing it as kilogram. So it is different from if I type here, I say 1,456 and I write kg. This is different from this. I can multiply this by 2, for instance. I say equals to this times 2. You can see it gives me an answer. If I like, let me format my result here. Okay, as the one here, you see it will also come to the same kg because I've applied the same format. Now compare with this. If I say this is equals to this times 2, you can see it said I don't know the value. What do you mean here? Because this is not recognized as a value. It's actually recognized as general or a text. It doesn't recognize, but this is a value. It's only it's only being customized to appear as if kg is part of this number. So if you have a number you are dealing with, maybe number of maybe pieces A number, a pieces, a unit of something, the kilogram of something, whatever, a measurement of weight or length, centimeter, kilometer, whatever. You can always put it there, and it will look as if you wrote it by typing it there. That is the essence of conditional formatting. So this is okay. This is an example. Another example you could have done that is, supposing if you put F there, maybe for forecasting, for instance, actual, and let's say actual, instead of kg here, what would, if I put A? Hmm, that would have been actual. Okay, maybe I put A to mean actual. And what do I have there? I will have actual. Right. So, leading zeros. I've shown us how do we write leading zeros the other time. So, how do you write leading zeros? For instance, I want to format this cell, okay, with a billion character. That is not a character, right? Let's say control 1. I come here, I say, this is 6. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I put my semicolon. So I've only represented, remember, this formatting is only representing what? Positive number. I say okay. Okay. You can see the leading zero is there. Now remember that I only format for 9 characters. How many characters do I have here already? So you see that it will force it to become 9 characters, though I only typed 4 characters there, which is 3, 4, 4, 5. It put 5 leading zero to make it 9. If I only type 2 characters there, it will put 6, 7 leading zero to make it 9. Okay. So if I try to put 10 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, it will write it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is how you format your cell to have leading zeros. Okay. If I want to hide zero from a format, from a number, okay, how do I hide zero? So for instance, if I type anything here, okay, it shows there. Okay, let's see what I think I've reformatted it. This is control 1. Let's see what is there. Control 1, custom format. Now look at this. This is the format I have here. If I format positive number, let's say positive number, let's put 0. Okay. Negative number, let's put minus 0. Okay. Okay. The next thing is 0. So if I want to add 0, since I want to add 0, I want to hide 0, I would place nothing in the place of 0 and then text. Okay. I place, I could place at in the place of text, at in place of 10, and I click OK. Okay. So positive will appear as positive. If I put negative, minus 1, 2, 3, it will appear as negative. Okay. If I put 0, you will see, you will not, that thing is not correct. I think there's, oh, cool, sorry. There's an error in what I did. That was an error, okay. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to have. Negative 0, negative 0, there's nothing than text. Okay, I have this. I don't know why it's defaulting to something there. I don't know. This is 0. That's 1, 2, and then at. Yes, no. Okay, I think that was semicolon instead of, yeah, sorry, that was an error. I typed column instead of semicolon. So this is positive, okay? Negative is -0. Then 0, I put nothing there. And then I represent text with at. And I say, okay, okay? If I type text here, like my name, okay, it shows, right? If I type positive number there, it shows. If I type negative numbers there, it shows, right? But immediately I type 0, you will see nothing there. Can you see? This is how to hide zeros. This can be useful maybe when you are doing forecasting, or you are doing financial modeling, and some part of your calculations has some places where you have zeros, and you don't want those zeros to show. You want your presentation to be neat. So you can use this kind of custom format to hide the zero. Though the zero is typed, but it's not there. So that is how to hide zero. Now, if now tells me if you want to completely hide the value in a cell, what will you now do? We have four things that will represent in formatting a cell: the positive number, the negative number, the zero, and the text. It means that if you place nothing in each of the placeholders, in the position of each placeholder, then nothing will show in the cell. Do you understand? So these three semicolons will hide the number in a cell. Can you see? This now, you did not see anything here, but look at the formula bar. You see 4455. It is hiding it. Can we see? Let's see how we get there. Control 1. What do we have there? This is the custom format. Can you see? Three semicolons. Without semicolon, you can see what is there. 4455. First semicolon. Second semicolon. And third semicolon. It will hide all the zeros. It will hide all the numbers in that place. So anything I type there, it will hide it. What some would have done is to come to fill color and choose maybe no color or white. Okay, but that's not necessary. The best thing is to conditional format so that it will not show. Okay, so that's what you have here. If I add text here, anything I type there is not showing. Can you see? So that's how to hide values in the text using conditional formatting. Now, let's come to separators, thousand separators. Normally, for instance, when you are dealing with large numbers, especially when you are presenting a chart, maybe you have a chart that consists of vertical axis and horizontal axis. And your vertical axis or your horizontal axis, maybe your units, the numbers are running into millions, into thousands, or into billions, and you want to represent them on the axis. It would not be nice, it will be unreadable and confusing for you to want to represent series on axis. Series are number that you are representing on axis. For you to want to represent series on axis, and you are typing, let's say this is 5 billion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You now say 10 billion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can you see? And that's the next one is 15 billion, 15, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You see, anybody that want to read this as part of a chart will find it difficult to understand. It will not The graphical representation will not be good enough. Okay. And when you have numbers in between that you want to read, maybe between 10 billion now and 15 billion, I have 13 point something billion. So if I have 12 billion, 13 billion 456 thousand naira in between. How do I read it? So in this case, it's always advisable to come to conditional formatting and format the axis, whether if it is in thousand, format it with K, if it's in million, format it with M, and if it's in billion, format it with P, by removing 3 zeros. How do you remove 3 zeros? One comma will remove 3 zeros. Two commas remove, which is 1,000. Two commas remove 6 zeros, which is what? A million. And three commas will remove 3 zeros, which is what? We remove 9 zeros rather, which is a billion. Now, what do you mean by that? Look at these numbers. This number is 15,234. This is 6 billion. I mean 6 million. This is 250 million. Okay, let's see how they are represented when we apply comma separator. Control 1. So normally this, let's look at the default. This is accounting. I mean, this is accounting format. That is, you write a number, you put a comma separator, and put it to 2 decimal places. That is standard accounting format. So this format, this figure would have been 15,234. Now, if I apply custom format, then to show it as thousands, what will I do? Okay, now I don't want it to apply. I don't want to apply it that place. So Shift H. I want to apply it here, right? Okay. So now what do we have here? This is positive number. Remember, to 2 decimal place, right? Hmm? So to 2 decimal place. After the positive number, I now apply this comma separator. Check what I'm doing. This is 15,235. Remember, I quote K, right? Now, if I put a comma, that comma would we divide 15,235 with 1,000. That comma, you can see that is how you divide it. And then we have 15.24. Can you see? And then we have K. I can separate that K. I can make it to stand together. I think standing together is good. So I have that. If I type another number greater than that, for instance, this gives me 12,345 K, 167,000. Okay, so that's for thousand separator. Look at this. This is 6 million. If you want to format it, okay, this is 6,258,000. If you say this is 6,258,123,000, you see how it's appearing. That is the normal formatting, which is accounting. Can you see it? Yeah. Now the same 6,258. If you want to make it look smarter and smaller, Control 1. What do we have here? You see the number. This is the number. Okay. This is representing number. Now I divide it. I take how many? So you can see this is 6,258,000. If I take one comma, it takes 3 zero away. If I take another comma, it takes another 3 zero away, making it 6.25. And then I put my into my double quote and put M to represent what? Million. I say okay. So that is 6,258,000 now shown as 6.28 million. You can, if this align along to 2 decimal place millions, align along a horizontal axis or a vertical axis, you see that it's will be very easy to comprehend and to understand and to visualize. You get it? So the same thing, if I'm doing three commas. 3 commas after the digit placeholder will give me to, it will divide by billion. Will give me to, will divide the number by a billion. That's 9 zeros. Okay, so that's what we have here. For instance, we have 250 million. How much is 250 million? If we want to represent it in billion, for instance, control 1 here, you can see 3. You can see after the number you have, this is 250 million, right? And then you have comma, it gives me 250, okay, thousand. That means I've taken 30 out. If I take another 30 out, it gives me 250. Okay, making 60 I've taken out. If I take another one, that 250 will come 0.25. So it gives me 0.25 billion. Okay. So that is how to apply comma separator to represent figures in thousands, millions, and billions to make them easier to understand and visualize. Currency formatting. You want to format a number in a particular currency. For instance, in Nigeria, I'm going to show you 2 ways here. In Nigeria, we use the naira. Normally, if you have a number, if I have this number and I want to format in currency, where will I come? I'll come to this place. Okay, because I'm using modern app. In normal Excel, you won't see this. You only see pounds, euros, and dollars. But because I've been using this currently, that's why you see naira there. Normally, you won't see naira there. So if you want to format with, let's say, if I want to format this place with pounds, this is what we have there. Let's look at what this formatting is in the background. Control 1. This is accounting 2 decimal place with what? With the symbol of pounds. Okay. Now, this drop down arrow, if you are looking for any currency in the world other than those ones that are the default, like dollar and pounds that I've told you, you can come down and search through what your country currency symbol is. So in Nigeria now, I will look for, I think they have Edo, they have Biobo. So I need to be faster. Can you see Yoruba? You have Kanuri. Kanuri is an ethnic tribe in Yoruba. Yoruba. Okay. So if I have this now, can you see Igbo, Ibiobio, Hausa, Fulani, Edo? Can you see all this? Any of these represent Nigeria. For instance, if I put this, it will now take it to what? You change it to what? Naira. This is how you can format. You can format your number into Naira for accounting. Okay. Now let's see what this is in custom format. What is the 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 the, the syntax that is behind this? So if you come here, you see this is the syntax that is behind it. Okay, but this one, purpose of this class is complex. I don't want to use this. This can also be, I can do it this way. I don't want to start writing from scratch, right? So I can do it this way. This is it. For instance, I want to use dollar. Now let's analyze this. I've written this myself, but if you are writing in, this is very simple. All you have to do is that first you place your currency symbol. The first currency symbol here, we are talking of, I'm using dollar, right? So I place dollar. My number, which is variable placeholder to 2 decimal place. So this shows my positive number. How do I want my negative number to be? My negative number should be in bracket. The dollar sign in front as formatting, okay, unit of currency. And then how do I want my zero to be? Just put a dash. That's what I say. Put zero. Put dash for my zero. And I say, okay. So if I come back here, That's what I have. Okay, that's what I have. If it is naira that I put, I'll just see naira inside. So that's why I'm having this as this. Okay. If you look at this, it's the same thing. If I put naira here, it will have been naira. I'm not sure whether I have the naira symbol available. Okay, let's escape. Let's escape. If I okay, this is naira symbol, right? Let me copy it. Okay, I say copy, press escape. This escape is not the escape of sorry, it's not the escape of because that escape has another thing to do with my recording too. So say if I say copy, I just select this one. Hopefully it will copy. I say copy and I come here, control one, and I want to change this dollar sign. I want to change it to naira. I paste. Can you see? Okay. I want to change this to naira. I paste. Can you see? All right. So I hope it will show. This is not showing naira. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. It's an error. It doesn't recognize that symbol. So if I'm able to get a proper naira symbol and I put it there, I think it's putting N, not naira, because I was not able to copy this in escape mode. Okay. So in any case, if you have a naira sign that you can copy, you just replace it there. It will format this in naira. But if you can't have that, you can. Okay, let's have this. So if we're formatting in naira, for instance, we have a preset that is naira already. This is the naira symbol. Now I did something here very interesting. You see, I put naira. I put for that naira to be a space to be between the naira and the value. I put asterisk. Remember that I told you that if you put asterisk as a character, anything before that after that asterisk will be repeated until that asterisk fill up the cell or it means another character, right? So what I put before this in front of this asterisk is just what? It's just space. You can see I delete the space. The space. Look at how this place is behaving. If I put the space where with space bar, you can see, hmm, it separates it away from. Can you see? The number is getting away from the naira symbol, so it will repeat that space. If I put, let's say I put dot there, I want you to see that if it is dot, I put. If it's dot, I put, and I separate this for a long time. If I say okay, you will see what will happen there. You can see, look at the dot. I only place one dot, but it repeats the dot until it encounters a character, which is the value placeholder for this cell. Control one. You check what I'm saying? You see. So I only put dot. Can you see dot? Okay. If I put a dash, for instance, you will see it will come out with a dash. Okay, can you see? It comes out with that dash. So that is what asterisk does. So I am the one that put that asterisk there. You may not put it there if you don't want that. So, but essentially we are just looking at currency symbol. Currency symbol will have just given you naira, Nigeria currency, the number, okay. And how do I want um negative value to be? I put it in bracket. If I want to put it just negative and don't put bracket, what would I do here? I put this as negative, I don't put bracket, and then you will see the same result. So if I put negative here, what do you see? Showing that you will see. So that's how to format currency, whether in foreign currency value or in naira value. Okay, let's go to color custom formatting. Now, Excel has 8 pre-written color standards. All colors are a mixture of three primary colors, really: red, green, and blue. Okay, so Excel have this color recognized. If you write color 1 in Excel, it means black. Color 2 means white. Color 3 means red. Color 4 means green. And that's on that. So you have cyan, which is color 8. Okay, so remember I told you here that these square brackets, we use it to do what? To represent, to give instruction to for custom cells to show color. So if I want to put a color, I just put it within this square bracket. Okay, if I put color 1 within the square bracket, that will give me black or so. Right. So how do we mean by that? These are actually color templates, which I don't have time to teach. Okay, so these are X color, meaning color codes. If you have these color codes, if you know a particular color code in X form, it will replicate that color. What do I mean? If I have here, I want to format something with a color. If I don't have any of this color any of the color I want here, I go to more colors. Under more color, I can pick anything here. Every variation of the. If I don't want that, I'll come to custom. So this custom, you can see, custom, there are two modes. You have RGB and HSL. RGB is representing red, green, and blue. That is mixed color red, green, and blue together and produce me a certain color. So if I mix red with number 225, 225, 225, it gives me this S code. So if I write this S code anywhere for a color, it will give me white. So that is how S codes function. For instance, if I write here, I can just change this one to hash 800 080 and press OK. You will see that it will change to this color. Can you see? Which is which is this? Okay, I shall put it on this one. Okay, so which is this, right? So that's how to actually write change color to have color code, understand color codes. But for the purpose of this class, we just good at the basic standard colors from black to cyan. Okay, so let's for instance say we want to format these cells. Okay, we want to format these cells. I want positive number to appear with certain color and negative number to appear with certain color. For instance, for let me remove, could I remove, let me just put this as ordinary. Remove this, okay? These are ordinary, all right? This is negative. Let me make one positive and make another one negative, okay? Let me put this so that we can see what we are doing, okay? So I make one positive and make another one negative, okay? And I want to format these cells, okay? Control 1. So normally I format this is number is in cost accounting format. I go to custom. So I can come here and choose this. Either I choose this or I choose this. Anyone will do. Okay. Let's choose this. So if I choose this, this is how it will format. Now, if I want to add color, I'll come here and place square bracket. You know, this is representing, let's place before that. This is semicolon, right? Positive number, right? If I write 0.00 minus, that will represent negative number, right? Instead of that negative number to be in black, I will now put in front here, before that negative number, square bracket, I write red. Check what I'm doing. You can see red before the negative number 0.00. Okay, and I'll stop here and I say okay. Check what will happen. Voila. You can see the negative number automatically converted to red. I think there's an error or something here. Let me correct that. There's a character there that was not supposed to. I was trying to make negative, so that one shows as dash, not negative. Negative will have been this, right? Okay. I say okay. Oh, there's wrong thing there. Okay, so it's negative. Okay, there's a character that I got wrong there. So negative would have shown negative. So if I want, let's go back. If I want positive to show with, let's say, blue color, right? Remember, we didn't need to, I can use this. This is what I wrote before, right? If I want positive number to show as blue, what do? I come in front of positive number and I write blue, right? And I close the bracket. And you see, and then this is positive number, negative number red, positive number blue. Okay, can you see? It's formatted that way. And this is different from if you just came here and put this as blue. It's different. It's not the same thing. You can see. So that is how you can use Excel to color your number depending on what result you want to achieve. So for instance, green and red, okay? And if I want zero, I place it in, I just put nothing there. This is the syntax that I've written for for let's say uh for accounting. Okay, for accounting format. But maybe we are doing financial modeling. Any point positive number, let it be green, let it be blue. Any negative number, let it be red. And if you are talking of money here, for instance, let's go and apply accounting. Remember, I think we have done accounting here before now. Dollar. Okay, I've done one before. Okay, I'm just using this. Now, remember, by now, you should be able to, I don't need to start rewriting this because by now you should be able to do it. Okay, I use green. So color green, I format my number with dollar. This is my number. That is for positive. For negative, I say red. Okay, and the dollar sign for the number. This is my number. And for my zero, I put what? I put nothing. Let me push that so that you can see when by the time I type something zero there. Okay, let's push dash or let's push zero. Let me push dash, don't worry. Let's put, okay, let's put, to put zero or to put dash, let's put dash. Okay, let's say this is our format. I say, okay. Remember now, we are saying positive should be green. Look at what will happen now. It changed to green. Hmm? The currency sign is there, it's not there. And then the positive sign, you can see, the negative sign, I put bracket. If you look at the formatting, I put bracket. Can you see bracket there? It's bracket there before. Okay, if I remove the bracket and just put negative, it will only show negative. So this is how you can format your cells, custom format your cells with color based on what you want to achieve. Logical test. The same applies to logical test. As you can format with color, you can also format with logical test. For instance, I have this set of number 445, 34, 49, and I want it to show that, okay, if a number is below 50, for instance, if a number is below 50, tell me it is low. If it's above 50, if it's below or equals to 50, tell me it is low. If it is above 50, tell me it is what? High. And if it is low, give me red color. If it is high, give me blue color. Okay, so that's what we have here. Let me remove the formatting. You can come here. Okay, clear format. Okay, so I clear this format now. Let me write this logic formula. Let me write it logic text. Logic formatting. Let me write it. Control 1. Let's see. We come here. Remember what we want to do. Let's use anything available. We are saying that for positive number, okay, they are all positive number. If it's greater, is lesser than uh, 50, put low, okay, and put it in red. So I'll come here. Our first thing is the color will be the first. You first represent the color before represent the logical test. I say red, okay. I've opened for the logical text. What the logical text is saying? Value is lesser than or equals to 50. Okay, that's my first logical test. Value is lesser than or equals to 50. And if it's so, write it as low. Write as low, right? So, what number? This is positive number. Write it as low and make it red if it's lesser than or equals to 50. If it's negative number, okay, if it's just for positive number, okay, and then if it's greater than 50, just make it the same number. We are still giving it that condition. We rewrite the condition. So if it's make it, let's say, blue, blue, and what is the logic condition? Is greater than 50. Okay, and say it is I. For greater than 50, let's say it's I. And then we say, okay, can you see automatically the number, let's see, I want the number to come first. So I want the number to come first. Okay, here, the number should come before putting low. Sorry. So the number should come after the logical text, after the color and the logical text, the number comes first. And then we now have the condition to say low. Okay. So the next one, the number comes first. After the logical test, the number comes first. That's a percent 0. Number comes first, then you say I. I see. So the number comes first and you define it. So I'll define it. So 445 is more than 50. You can say is I and color it blue. 34 is less than 50. 49 is less than 50. If I change this 49 now, if I change it to 50, less than or equals to 50, it's still red. If I change it to 51, immediately it becomes blue. Can you see? It's complying with the condition I've written inside the formatting. So this is how to use logical conditions in custom formatting. Let's look at symbols. So we can also apply symbols in custom formatting. Remember in condition formattings, we can have preset symbols like icon sets, like this, like this, like this. So in the same way, we can have preset, we can have symbols written against numbers in conditional formatting. So what I did here, in order to not to take our time, is that I formatted these cells in percentage and I put if the number is positive, show that we are having an increase in percentage. If it is negative, show we are having a decrease in percentage. How do I get to this? Now, the way to get to this, now, the way to get to this, I want to replicate this. What is here? Is I want to replicate this as this. How do you get to this? How do you put the symbols? Number one, for you to insert symbols, go to insert. There are two ways. When you come under insert, you see this symbol. Can you see this place? You click on it. So before you're looking for, I want to use, these are things I've used before. That is why you have them here. You can see recently used symbols. If you have not recently used these symbols, you won't find them here. And for you to find them easily, make sure you select on this font side, make sure before you select area, anything area, whether area black, area blue, area whatever. Okay. If you don't do that, then you come here and come and look for geometric shape. Instead of you look for geometric shape, geometric shapes, can you see? Or miscellaneous symbols. You can get it under miscellaneous symbols. You can also get it under geometric shape. Immediately you click once geometric shapes, you can see you have it there. You have all these symbols there, and then you can apply the one you are. If it is miscellaneous, you will still have the same thing. If I see these are miscellaneous, okay, you have it there. So if I want to apply, if I want to choose a shape, for instance, where before I bring it in, my cursor will be where I want the place, the symbol to be inserted. Be sure that is done. So I come here, I say symbol. Okay, so for instance, if it's this stave that I want to be inserted, I say okay, it will insert. If I do another one, it will continue to insert as much as I've been saying insert, right? So now, but what I need here is actually the up and down triangle symbol. So I come here. Let's just use for the sake of this time now because I already have it. That's this. Insert this. Say insert. It gives me that. Okay. I close. I come back here. I can go back to insert symbol and I come back here and I say insert. This is the down one, right? I say insert. So that is how I have those two symbols. Okay, and I close. So I have those two symbols in some cells there. Okay, predicting there. So I will now copy it when I want to do my formatting. Okay, I will copy it. I will show you that. Another way to can also access symbols if you are not using the one that is built in Excel is to press window, the window symbol, and dot. You can see window symbol and dot plus dot. Window plus one will bring out an emoji symbol dialog box. You can see this is emojis and more. Okay, it shows you window plus dots. Okay, so if I want symbols, I come here. This is symbols. Can you see? Whatever you want, you so see. Emoji, whatever you want, give, and all of that. You can have emojis. Okay, can have whatever emojis. Some of you know emojis, especially those of you that use social media. All right. So, but for the purpose of this class, all I need is what is symbols. So I come here. I come to symbols. So you can see they are here already. So I can just click here and it will insert it. Can you see it inserts it in the cell where I want it? The beauty of this one is that I can click this one, I can come out of it, okay, and do another one, window, dot, go to symbol, and I insert the up one, and I'm okay, okay. So in another way, in that case, I got these symbols. Now, this control one, what's this formatting what percentage? If you look at it in custom, what is this? This is format in percent. Let me place it to 2 decimal places. Okay, I put it to 2 decimal places. So this is the format I have. Now I want to say if the number is negative, if positive, place the up symbol, that is up triangle, right? So what I will do first, I will copy this triangle. I'll copy this triangle. Make sure you select this. I'll select it like that. I'll copy this triangle. I'll come back to the cells I want to format. Control 1, go to custom format, and I say, okay, this is what I want, right? If I want the symbol after, I'll copy it there. If I want it before, I will copy it here. So it depends on where I want the symbol to appear. In this case, let it appear in front, and let me give it a space. All right. Remember, I use asterisk the other time. I can even use asterisk. That is having a key. I don't need that. And put a space there so that it can align it, irrespective of how big the symbol, the number is. Okay. So if I put this, that for, that means that is showing me for, and I can also put color. For positive, I put, remember, for positive, put the color, let the color be black. Let's leave it black. Okay. Now for negative, I'll now write for negative, copy the same number. You just say 0.00%. Okay. Let's say, okay, I've not finished. So I need to, I've not copied this. Okay. I copy this. If you want to copy, you have to copy from the formula. Make sure you select it like that. You copy this. Remember, Control 1. So I've not put for negative. What do? I put it here. Oh, I copied the wrong one. So sorry. Time is of the essence. I'm supposed to copy the down wrong. This one around. Okay. I copy. Right. I go back to formatting. So I come here and I paste. Right. So remember, this is negative. Right. And I can place sign. I can place red there. Both the for that placing that red, both the symbol and the number will come red. That's it. So I say, okay, you see, can you see what we have now? The only thing is that I misplaced it, I was placing the one, that is positive. I was placing the symbol in the front. This one, I place it in the back. If you want to correct, just go and place it instead of the back. Or and place it in the front, right? So if I wanted to place it in the front, I would have put it in the front. Okay. And I could even do my asterisk as the other one too. This asterisk. And I put space. And I'm fine. And so, okay. You see, can you see? Perfectly aligned. So if I change this now, you can see it's aligning because I've set the asterisk, allow it to set the symbol and keep it within that space. So if I change it to negative minus 16, it will do what? Okay, let's say minus 2%. You can see it goes down. So when it's positive, it will go up. When it's negative, it goes down. So you can use it to show performance or how a data is varying between one period and another. That's how to use symbols to do conditional custom formatting. So finally, we go down to the last point, which is formatting of date. Now, before we do that, let me just show you one more thing in that box. That's format cells custom. You will see these ones that you see, they are preset. They have been written there by Excel, which means that you could just pick them and use them. But there are so many others. Some of these ones that you have there, I at one point in time, some of them at one point in time, rating them. So if you write anything and it's not correct or you don't like it, you want to remove it. Like this ones, I was the one that wrote this. 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 So if I write anything and I don't want it there again, if I write it, I can keep it there. If I need it the other time, I won't have to come and be writing the same thing again. I'll just come and look at it down here. I'll pick it and use it and reuse it. If you don't want it, maybe it was wrong or you want to format it, or more you want to correct it, you can just reapply it and come here and do your correction. If you want to delete, you just come here and delete it, and that is out of it. So I needed to show you that so that you can know how to use for future reference. So now let's come to date. That one is very simple. So dates, normally we write dates in this part of the world. We say day, month, and year, right? So if you look at go to home now and you look at this, you can see this is showing what? This is date. And if you look at it, what date is it showing? It's showing short day. Hmm? Day, month, year. Right. So behind this date, there is a custom format. There's a way it is written. So day is always represented in we have three symbols: D for day, M for month, Y for year. If you write one day, it will just show one D. It will just show one figure for the day. Instead of maybe today is 2013, it will it will only show maybe today is 4, it will show 4. If you write DD, it will show 04. If you have DDD, it will now change to the day of the week. It will be If it is Wednesday, it will change to Wednesday. If it's Thursday, it will be Thursday. If you have DDDD, that is D4D, it will change to full name of the day. If it's Thursday, it will write the Thursday in full. If it's 3Ds, it will write the Thursday in just 3 letters. Okay, so let's look at what we mean by that. For instance, these are dates and they are in default date. Let's see. How does date represent? This is default date. Okay. How does it look in custodial formatting? You can see this is day, month, year. This forward slash, you can always use forward slash. You can also use dash to achieve the same purpose. Okay, dash. they achieve the same purpose. Okay, they achieve the same purpose. You can see I choose that there. They achieve the same purpose. I think I typed something added there to be that is wrong. Day, okay, day, month, day, month, okay, year. So this is it. So that's the form, the default that I have. Now, if I want to show only day, month, year, everything in full. So of course I will have day, month, year. Year, if you have 2y, it will not complete the year. Year has to be 3y or 4y. Okay, that's why we'll complete it. So if you look at what is there, custom format, you see it is day, month, year, 4y. If I make it 3, it will still give me the same thing. If I remove 1, you can see instead of 2026, just give 26. If I remove another one, then it will only retain that 2026. And then if I remove this, it's not showing the year again. So preferably year, make it to 3 or to 4, except you want to shorten it. Okay, so that's the default. Now, this is showing, I want to show this same date is what is sitting there. Look at it. See, look at this. Consider what is here is exactly what is here. The only thing is we have formatted this differently from this. So if I want to, I want you to show only I have a date that written, but I want to only be showing it which day of the month is actually that date representing. You can see is day D Monday, and it's short for. If I put another D, it make it 4. You can see it completes the okay. Okay, so if I choose today, it will just be 2D. It will just be the month. Okay, the day of the month. So I have 3D here. So 3D will show me the day of the week. Okay, and if I have 4D, it will show me the full day of the week. I could use capital letter, I could use small letter. Okay, so week name long. That means I want to show the full week name, which is what I've done here. Let me undo this. The difference between this is 2 or 3D, whereas this is what 4D. Remember, it's the same um the same day that is here is here. It's only the formatting that is different. So let's check what I have here. You can see 4D. Can you see? Okay. So I want you to only show month number. Okay. So the same thing, I say month. Can you see? If I put another month, it now turns it to the month in short abbreviation. If I put another turn it to full month. Can you see? Remember, is just showing months in number. If I put another M, making 3, it shows M's in text but abbreviated. If I put M in 4, it shows full month without abbreviation. If I show one M, it show month but in one digit. Okay, so this is what we have here. So that is month short, month number. Okay, short month long. This month should be month shorten to show the month in text. And if I do month, I've shown you that it will show the full month. Okay. So if I want to show the full month here, for instance, I come here and then say M. I add another M and I say okay. So it will show me the full month. Can you see April? Okay. So day and month. I want this thing to display as day and month. So I use this day, DD, month, MMM for short month. If I want full month, remember I will put 4M. Okay, so this is what I have here, day and month. If I want full month, I put M here. If I put M here, what do I have? I see the whole of April shows. Okay, so year short, I just use YY. I've shown you that if it's year long, I use 3Y or 4Y. So that is what we have here. 3Y. This is 4Y. If I use 3Y, I still get the same result. Okay, so it will only show me the month, the year component of this date, 2026. All right. If I want year with abbreviation, whether in the front or in the back. So, like I want financial year 2026, for instance, what do I have? This is, my year is YYYY. For financial year, I place it in double quotes. Remember what double quote does? It rever back to you exactly what to put inside that double quote. So, but I'm putting the double quote before the year. So that's why the financial year is before the year is stated, 2026. So if I want it after the year is stated, I will write I will write the year first and then the financial year in quote behind it. That is what I have here. And then if I have month and year, I want to show month and year. Of course, 3M, 3Y or 3M, 4Y. And that is, if I want the full the month and the full year, it will be 4M, right? And 3Y or 4Y. So if I want that, you can see it shows it all. So that is how to format dates in custom formatting in Excel. So this is the end of our session for custom formatting. I believe you have learned a lot and gotten value for your time in going through this together with us. If you have gotten value for this, kindly subscribe to our channel, hit the notification buttons so that any other time we review new videos like this, you'll be also be notified. Share with others so that they can enjoy the same thing with you and give us your comments. If you want us to do any video on any topic, you can indicate in your comments and we'll be willing to do as you wish. Thank you and see you in the next video. Bye.